Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Virgo friends, it's a pleasure to read for you for the year 2020. It's a peek into the year 2020. And every year I do it in December, so you can go back and take a look. And what I like to do usually is use the Lenormand cards. And the Lenormand cards are a deck of 36. They're numbered as well. And for those of you who use these and who know about them, know that often people spread grand tableaus using all of the cards, and this mini grand tableau I've devised is a part of that grand tableau with numbered houses, and they will cover the year 2020 very well, and deal with different dimensions, different areas of your life that I like to include. So Leo, let's concentrate, and I'll show you the table I'm using. I'll put that down so you'll be able to see that. Let's take a look. All right, here you go. All right, here you go. Now, let's see what's in store for the year 2020 for Leo. What's in store for the year 2020 for Leo? What's in store for the year 2020 for Leo? Let's see. All right, let me show you these cards. We've got the cross, the ring, the coffin, the mice, the clover, the bouquet, the gentleman, the man, the rider, the ship, the letter, the moon, the fox, the birds, the child, the crossroads, and the stork. Now, what is in store for you, Virgo? What's in store for you, Virgo? I forgot to put the Virgo sign. I'm sorry. Here we go. What's in store for you, Virgo? I'm going to take this, first of all, in trimesters, January, February, March, the first 3 months of the year. And it looks like the first 3 months of the year roll in with a bang. It almost looks like there's several readings here. It looks like to me that you may have won a trip or some kind of sweepstakes or a lottery, but it involves a vacation, a trip you have been talking about a long time. You've always wanted to take a trip, but then you've never done it, and it looks like that comes as a gift. It comes rolling right in the beginning of the year. That's one reading. Another reading is that that many of you will have difficulty. Many of you who have had difficulty in um, who have a habit of betting, who have a difficulty with betting, who are obsessed with some form of betting, may have a lucky turn. Now, this, however, the whole situation around that is cause for anxiety. Nonetheless, because you never seem to get on top of it. Also, it looks like there's a second reading. A third reading here tells me that you find that many of you want to travel to a promised land, sort of on a pilgrimage. I don't know, do some kind of, do something, take a trip that will be symbolic for you spiritually. And there is a lot of anxiety around that because the other family members, your friends, your significant other, or people that you know are not in agreement. So there's a lot going on those first 3 months of the year that is, something that you would like to do. You want to throw yourself, but you're conditioned about from all of the people around you. Now let's get into the second 3 months of the year, April, May, and June. Here I'm seeing the beginning of the beginning of a new relationship, either the beginning of a new relationship or taking it up to the next level. Communication, for those of you who have met someone online who does not live near you, the idea of pooling your forces together and moving to the same place in order for you to develop that relationship. I also see, so there are many different readings here, and one of these may resonate with you. I also see the beginning of communication at a distance with a person who you want to call your own. It is a surprise. It is a surprise in the sense that after these first 3 months, which are sort of anxiety ridden for you because you don't seem to be able to do what you convince yourself that your hands are chained, and you cannot go forward with an idea that you have. The second trimester seems to roll in as something of a more joyful, with a more joyful nature. Love is sprouting. It's springtime. The seeds you may have planted are coming up. Now, the third trimester, July, August, and September, I see here that there may be the end of a relationship. For those of you who have a relationship with a male, this may be ending. And it is that trimester, the July, August, and September, is when you're going to have to make that decision. It's compelling you to make a decision. It also can play out, so there's numerous readings here, it also can play out in terms of you wanting to put an end to a relationship with someone, but not lose them, not lose their love. And you want to try to transmute that into a friendship, but it looks like it will be your call. It is not theirs. And you're still not sure. You're not exactly sure what you don't want to lose them. Okay, so this is how it looks like. You don't want to lose them because they're very much a part of your life and your journey. Now, the last trimester, October, November, and December, it looks like many of you may receive bad news in terms of your work. Or you may have, on the other hand, this may play out in another fashion. Many of you will be getting news about something that has gone wrong concerning your work. There's also a part of this, this is about your livelihood, your work, your activities, hobbies. There's also here the cards are telling me at the very tail end of the year is when you decide to go back to either another career, or a career that you used to have before, an activity, a job that you used to have before the one that is in difficulty now. And yet there's still another reading for many of you who are in a sort of decision-making in the echelons of a business, in a decision-making position. It looks like that you have the power to be able to change things, and in order to change those things, you are going to turn back to a system, a project, a scheme that you had used in the past in order to remedy those issues. Now I'm going to take these houses, there's 16 houses here that all have a different meaning, and talk about them individually. Look, I have here the two cards that tell me there is an ending, definitely an ending. There will be an ending in terms of closing one phase of one's life. before moving on to an afterlife. And this has to do with someone who is dear to you. And it's not necessarily a male or female. It's not necessarily a parent, relative, or friend. That is someone who is dear to you. This could play out in the family. This could play out among your friends. This could be someone you didn't even know was ill, and it could be unexpected. But what the message here is that you have a bond with them, and that it will affect you. It will affect you emotionally. Now, one area, which is a surprise area, is not those endings at all. The positive side to the year here is the relationship that you entertain. Either have been entertaining for a long time, or a new entry, as I mentioned, that may be coming your way, crossing your path in the second half of the second trimester of the year. And that is going to come as a very welcome surprise amidst a very difficult moment, you see. Now, in terms of oral communication, you're going to get the impression that you're never able to explain yourself. You're never able, that the more you talk, the worse it is. And it seems that the year 2020, Leo, is going to put you to a test. Knowing when you have to speak, when to shut up, and when to speak. And it's going to be a challenge, real challenge for you, because your initial reaction is going to be to lash out and speak your mind. Now, your work and livelihood is at an all-time high throughout the entire year. Granted, I did say the last trimester, there were issues there for those of you. There were 4 different readings. One of the readings was that you were in a position to be able to restore difficulties in your company through going back to a past scheme. Well, it's a very lucky year for work in many respects. Your sense of security is the greatest gift of the year 2020. It will come to you like, let's say, let me give you an example. When you meet someone, another person crosses your path, you meet them, and it's not necessarily in the romantic sphere. It could be a person who crosses your path, you meet at a party, they're friends of friends, and they offer you an investment, or they offer you a way to use your funds in a more intelligent fashion, and you see that as godsend. Okay, so it's many ways. There's many ways that could play out, Leo. Now, guidance comes from a male. Guidance comes directly from the male. When you need counseling, consultancy, the cards are telling me that to seek someone out who is a male, could be in the family, outside the family, a friend, but they will be the person best placed to help you. News comes your way about there is a member in the family, a member in your circle that you call, your tribe, who will be telling you, well, look, I'm pregnant. There is a pregnancy coming this year, 2010. Well, it looks like there is both a pregnancy and a passing as well. Then that is life. Now, in the public sphere, in the area of being in the public, it could be in a public institution, it could be in town hall, city hall, it could be in demonstrations, you speaking out for other people, could be you as a barrister representing other people. But in terms of public life, I see here there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of movement, as if you use the public domain as an area that can give you a springboard in order to improve your own situation. And it looks like the public sphere, anything to do with the public, is going to be one of development. It will help you develop from position A to position B. The area of your life that concerns obstacles, any kind of obstacles that you may have, it has to do with documents, it has to do with written documents, letters, emails that either, for example, give you information concerning something that occurred and it is an obstacle for you. But look out for the written forms of communication because they are going to hide obstacles for you. So read the fine print and read between the lines as well. Decisions, our decisions to be taken during the year 2020. Virgo. I'm sorry if I said Leo. Please forgive me, Virgo. This is for Virgo. I didn't mean to say because I was so used to saying Leo before. This is, that's why I keep the Virgo 2020 on the top. The decisions that will be yours to make this year, Virgo, will have to do with matters of the heart, will be emotional decisions. Anything, let me give you an example. If someone does pass in the family, you're going to have to take a decision that is going to be wrought with a lot of high emotions there are going to run high. Or the person that tells you that they are pregnant and you have to make a decision with them to help them either find a home or to help them understand what the next step is. That's going to ride high on high emotions. Okay. Now, the area which gives you more, we say in Italian, bread for your teeth, which gives you a run for your money, really, here. It has to do with the nuisances, problems that come up. Has to do with you, Virgo, you not always being able to make the proper plans. There's always going to be a little fault in the strategies that you try to come up with. Those are little nuisances. Or you came out with plan A, it didn't work, and you didn't have a plan B. Okay, so this strategizing and maneuvering, that is going to cause a bit of a nuisance for you throughout the year. Now, things that are hidden from you. Things that are hidden from you are literally going to create anxiety for you. And this has to do with matters of the heart. It has to do with surprises that you're always afraid of surprises as if they're hiding something negative. So let's say that things that are hidden from you, let's say that you have a friend, okay, or a sibling. Let's say your sister or brother went out and they're very young, they're much younger than you, and you don't like who they were with, you don't like where they were going, you don't like their companions, you don't like their company, and you don't like the company they keep. You don't even know where they will be going. They're taking a trip and they didn't want to tell you. Okay, so that is going to create a hell of a lot of anxiety for you. This could be a sibling, could be a daughter, a son, it could be a friend that you care deeply for. Then a letter, the area of written communication, matters of written communication. I'm looking here at the beginning of how can I put it? Matters of written communication involve beginning an epistolary relationship with someone, back and forth. The year 2020 is a year where, Virgo, you're going to be starting a long-term exchange in writing with someone, either because they are far away or you have a job that takes you far away, and the connection is not always easy. But there is what they're saying is try to hone your writing skills because you're going to be starting a long-term series of written letters in written bits of communication in that sense. Now the area that has male and female influences, the male influences, whether you're a male or a female here, will involve the male side of your soul, will be involving decisions that you have to make, decisions that you know will change your entire life. You know, and that's the key. It's you that knows. It's not that it will change your entire life. So you feel that decisions, Virgo, are so important that they mean your very, your very survival. Okay, and the female influences here. I see that your emotions will be bringing you back to a place that you want to call home. It's as if, Virgo, you long, you emotionally long to go back. There are many of you who emotionally long for a child. Okay, so those of you who are no longer in childbearing years, I see you as being emotionally drawn to a place of that is no longer a place of the past where you grew up as a child. Well, I do hope this was of help to you, ladies and gentlemen, Virgo friends. And sorry if I did call you Leo every now and then, making the mistake, but this was for Virgo. And share my videos and like them if you enjoy them, and subscribe if this is your first rodeo here on my channel. Namaste, and I'll be back with the January readings as well. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. It was a pleasure. Bye-bye.